Hi y'all! Today I wanted to make a tutorial about how to create hotkeys in VTube Studio to make your scenes more efficient and easier to manage. So I've got a few selected. This one that I have set up right now, this position and this boba here is part of a hotkey that I have selected. I've also got one for gaming. It brings up the gaming chair behind me. It adds the controller. And then I've got this one for when I'm drawing, which has a tablet, and it moves me over here to the middle of the screen. Now, I have the tablet attached to me. You don't have to. It's just I personally hold my tablet while I'm drawing, so I just figured it kind of like made more sense for me. So, in order to make these, you're going to, first of all, I want to open with a note. When you are selecting what keyboard hotkeys to use, of course, this will not apply to on-screen hotkeys and Stream Deck stuff, but if you're using keyboard keys as hotkeys, try to use something that you will not often press otherwise. So don't use, like, if you're playing a keyboard game, like a game with keyboard controls, don't use things like WASD for your hotkeys, because your scenes are just going to be like toggling and doing stuff all crazy while you're playing the game. So be mindful of that. I like to use the F keys and the numlock keys. So let's dive into it. Let's double click anywhere inside VTube Studio. Over here on the left, you're going to have a little star icon where you can create stuff. You can add in assets. You can add your own, which I'll do a video on that later. But for now, let's get bread. So this is an item order. Putting it this way will be behind your model. Putting it this way will be in front of your model. And this kind of like helps layer items. So like if you're using a whole bunch of items in your scene, be mindful of the order of which they're in there. The smoothing, I want to say, is for the movement of the item. To be honest with you, I'm actually not very versed in that particular one. I'm so sorry. There's also this pin item to live 2D model where you can, like if it's an accessory like a hat, you can pin it to your model. That way it follows your movement. But if you don't want it to do that and you want to be able to set it in front of your model without pinning to the model, make sure you uncheck that. And then of course you got a flip image thing. And I've never used the sensor option, so I'm not familiar with that. Forgive me. So, okay. We've got some bread. I'm going to go ahead and remove my boba, which is just dragging it to the bottom right corner until you see a little trash can. Or if you have a clear scene button like I do that I didn't use. Let's move me. I want to make me a little smaller. Let's get this large bread right here. Me and the frog are thinking about that bread. Thinking about that bread. So let's make an item scene with this bread. So it's the three little star icons over here, right next to the star icon that you use to add the item. This is for selecting an item scene or creating an item scene. So we're going to create new item scene. Click on that, it'll turn blue. Click select. It will automatically choose our bread. Any items that you have in the scene, when you click on that button, it should automatically include them. If you have an item in there that you left up on the scene and you didn't want to use it, you can just click it, it'll turn red, and it will deduct that item from the included items total. But we want that bread. We want to get this bread. And then click save. Item scene, let's get this bread was saved. You can now set up a hotkey to load and unload this scene. Okay. So our hotkeys are not set yet. Let's make some hotkeys. Over on the left here, click on your gear icon. It will automatically bring you into this screen here, unless you've already been playing around the settings like I have today. So just make sure that in the top left that you are choosing this guy right here. And right here is all of my hotkeys. As you can see, I've got quite a few hotkeys set right now, but I have multiple functions set to each hotkey. So yeah. I personally like to use an organization structure of like what the scene is supposed to be. So like for just chatting, I have clear all items. So that'll clear all items in the scene and just it removes the clutter. And then I have move model, gets me into where I want my model on the screen. And then I have props, which will populate the item scene that I want to add to that hotkey. So each time that I hit F1, all this stuff happens at once. Same thing for my gaming stuff, which is why when I was toggling through them, you saw that the old items were disappearing as the new ones were coming in. That's why I like to do that. So let's go ahead and create a new one. I'm going to go ahead and rename it now. Click on the pencil. If you just click in here, it probably won't actually let you type, so make sure you click on the pencil itself. I'm going to call this one bread. In caps. I like the caps. And this will be for my clear. And I'm going to be setting it to F5. We'll set it to F5. Alright, so that's named. Let's create the hotkey action. So this is going to be the one that removes all clutter from the scene. So remove all items from scene. Select. It will deactivate all items. And then choose your key. Make sure that you choose your key because I keep making hotkeys and then I forget to actually select the key and then I'm like, why is it not working? That's why. So, that's it for this. Real simple, real easy. Let's make the rest of it. Bread. Move. F5. So this will move the model. We're going to choose move model, record position. Wherever you want to be, make sure that you record the position. So notice how the numbers update. Yeah. F5, select. There is also a record button here. I've never been able to get it to work, at least for certain keys. So I just manually select it. I could be totally wrong. I could have been like using a key that it didn't support, and that's why. I don't know. Story of my life. So bread. We're gonna add that prop. Hotkey action. We are going to toggle item scene. Select. Item scene. This is one where you have to choose stuff. We are going to get this bread and make sure that we have it set to the same hotkey as the others. And then, so go to the just chatting, and then let's get this bread. Boom. Done. That's all there is to it. So that's how you can create hotkeys to effectively and quickly move your scene around. There's a bunch of different options in there that you can do. Like I said, I use the numpad for certain functions, so I can just remove items out of my scene. I can add a cool hat. I can remove the cool hat. I can add some cool glasses and the hat, and then I can take them all off. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks for joining me. Bye! Thank you so much for watching my video. If you like my content, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Little gestures like that help support me as a small creator, and it helps me to keep doing what I love. Come back and see me! Bye!